This is better. Good morning, Zhenghua students and teachers. For today's, you will greet me later, right? You'll greet all of us later. And what I want to share with you today is based on an article that I read in the Straits Times about a week ago. The Straits Times has this series called Finding Joy, and different people can submit articles about what they find joy in. And this article was written by a professor at the Singapore Management of University School of Business. And his article was entitled Turning Waste into Works of Art. Now, I just want to remind us, because this links, what I'm going to say links to what we want to be as Zhenghua leaders of character. And we do what is right, not what is easy. This is something that you have been reminded about, and that's what we hold very dearly. And when we say we, it means all of us. Not just you, but all the staff and the school leaders. We lead by example, serve with humility and care, take initiative to make a difference, and influence others positively. Now, I just want to ask you one thing. Do you think that if you don't hold a high position, you cannot be a leader? You cannot be a leader of character. You don't hold any leadership role, or if your job title is not a very, senior, big position, you are not a leader. Who thinks that way? Do you think? What do you think? Okay? So this is a question I pose to you. And this SMU professor was writing about a cleaner on his floor who made a big difference to the whole level, to the whole floor that she works on. And to me, she demonstrates all these leadership qualities that we want to see in ourselves. So, Miss Y, he didn't give her name, he just called her Miss Y. Miss Y is a cleaner at SMU, Singapore Management University. And so this professor says she is the first to arrive at 7 a.m. before everyone else. Her job is to keep the professor's offices clean. Right? Her job is to clean their offices. But she does a lot more than that. What makes her extraordinary? Extraordinary means beyond the ordinary, outstanding, special. Is the joy and artistry she brings to her job. Small gestures that touch the hearts of every one of us on the floor. So Miss Y is a cleaner, but she touches the lives of everyone. You see, no job is too small, too unimportant to make a difference if you make that job special. It's what you make of it. So every morning, she greets everyone cheerfully. Whenever she sees them, she will smile and wave and say good morning and ask if they've eaten. And this is part of serving with humility and care. Everyone, right? Towards everyone. And the professor noticed that she invents new ways to do old tasks. So he noticed that she will line the dustbin with newspaper so that she can easily take out the trash without having to, keep taking out the plastic bag. People usually line the newspaper with plastic bags, but then you keep on, if you remove the plastic bags, you're going to waste a lot of plastic. So she lines it with a bit of newspaper, and then she just takes out the newspaper with all the trash. She transforms routine chores into opportunities for beauty and surprise. So what does she do? She recycles, reuses, and reduces with creativity and care. Right? Our school value is innovation and care. And what she does is she will fold spare red packets into origami sculptures, and then she will do something for Chinese New Year. Nobody asked her to do it. She did it herself. Or she will create a paper Christmas tree from discarded brochures. You know, the professors or the people in the office will discard brochures, and she creates a paper Christmas tree. Now, the university cares about sustainability, about being green, about recycling. And you see, she took initiative to put this into practice. She might pick up an empty water bottle from the corridor, and then it becomes a vase. And she fills it with leaves and flowers that have fallen on the campus. And she makes the whole office a lot more beautiful. So these are little things that she does that brings joy. And she does these things with creativity. So, you see, she has taken initiative to make a difference. And the professor said this is her impact. She transformed an ordinary office space into a cheerful, ever-changing art gallery. It's never the same, right? During Christmas, there's Christmas tree. During Chinese New Year, there might be some Chinese artworks. Things keep changing. No one asked for them. No professor said, you must do this, please do that. But she quietly took the initiative to create the artworks to brighten the office area. And so, you see, by doing so, she was leading by example and influencing others positively. The professor wrote, Miss Y was visionary enough to turn our humble pantry into her canvas. Okay, so many of you do art, all of you do art. Your canvas is your drawing block or that, piece of canvas that you are doing your watercolors, your acrylics on. Right? So she turned the whole pantry into her canvas. And the professor said, in her example, she lies an invitation. Each of us can shape our own canvas in whatever space we choose. So teachers, this is for you. Okay, teachers, please listen. All right, some of you are looking at your phone, some of you are talking to each other, but teachers, please listen, because this is as much for you as for our students. Our role, no matter where we are, we can shape our own canvas in whatever space we choose. No matter who you are, whatever role you play, you can make a difference. You can bring joy and creativity into your little space. And by doing so, you can bring joy to others. And so this professor said, her example has inspired me to look differently at my own work. Miss Y has shown me how to bring playfulness into otherwise mundane tasks in designing quizzes to ease student stress, lightening the tone of routine emails. So you see, this cleaning lady has made a difference. She has influenced the professor to be different, to look at his work differently. And she reminds us, this professor said, that cleaners, security guards, and maintenance staff are indispensable colleagues who make our daily lives possible. And she gave him that appreciation of how important the cleaners, security guards, maintenance staff are. So last week, I talked about a We First Singapore, that you're never too young to make a difference to your family, your school, and your community. So how can we apply what we learned from Miss Y? I'm waiting for people to pay attention. So how we can apply? You can ask, how can you bring a smile to someone today? What is one thing that you can do to bring a smile to someone today? What is one thing you can do differently to transform something ordinary into something special? And then let's ask all of ourselves, including the teachers and school leaders, what is your canvas? The space where you can make a difference. And how can we apply what we learn today? How can you show appreciation to the people who make our daily lives possible? Can you go and notice the cleaner, the security guard, the canteen operator, the bookshop lady, the librarian, right? And say, thank you, auntie, thank you, uncle. Or you might want to do cards. You've been doing cards for me. Would you like to do cards for them as well? Show appreciation to them. Don't take them for granted, because without them, our school cannot function. They are essential and important. And so you are Zhenghua leaders of character. You are never too young to make a difference to your family, your school, and your community. And by living out the school values, our RISE values, how do you live out your values? You lead by example. You serve with humility and care. You use your strengths to be innovative, to take initiative to make a difference. And you influence others positively. And by doing so, you will be the best that you can be, all of us. All right, thank you.
Good morning, Mrs. Look, Mrs. Lim, Miss Santana, Mr. Young, teachers, friends, and parents who are online. I am Dinisha from 4 Excellence, and they are Irfan and Shirchi from 4 Resilience. Today we will be sharing about the ALP, CCE, and ICT project the P4 students embarked on.
We learn to use technology, work together, and show care for others.
Through this project, we learn about urban farming, why it is important, and how it supports the environment. Secondly, we interviewed, researched, and selected suitable vegetables for the elderly. Next, we planted and cared for edible greens, learning to grow them from seedlings to mature plants. Finally, we designed and carried out activities to engage the elderly and presented our harvest to them as part of values in actions, fostering empathy and social responsibility.
Students also develop 21st century competencies such as critical, adaptive, and inventive thinking when we researched, designed, and executed the games for the elderly. For example, as some of the elderly were not as mobile, games and activities had to be adapted to suit their needs. We also developed communication and collaboration skills as we interacted with the elderly and worked with our classmates. We also became more aware of the community and world around us when we learned about the environment and sustainability. We also cultivated empathy and social responsibility when we applied our learning to serve the community, showing kindness, care, and respect.
The P4s work with 4 elderly organizations: Senja Care Home, Sparkle Care Home, Precious Active Aging Center, and Adventist Active Aging Center. We play games, interact with the elderly, and share our hours with the elderly from these centers. It was fun and meaningful experience for all of us. We started this project in term 2. During our English and PE lessons, we prepared games, activities, and questions to interact with the elderly. We also had a Zoom interview with the organization to find out what type of vegetables the elderly like to eat. In term 3, we planted the vegetables. Different classes planted different vegetables. 4EE planted red bayam and brinjal, while 4RE planted sweet potato leaves. Then, for our VIA project, we either visited the elderly at the center or they came to our school. 4EE visited the elderly at Vanguard Sangers Senior Care Center. Meanwhile, 4RE had a special day welcoming the elderly from Precious Active Aging Center to our school.
This is our project timeline.
For our urban farming experience, each class will see some seeds or seedlings for planting. We came early in the morning to plant and then continued to take turns looking after the vegetables for the rest of the term.
We showed collaboration, care, and responsibility as we look after the planter plots to help our plants grow healthy and strong. Everyone had a part to play in ensuring the vegetables grew well.
The Peddler Wall also serves as collaborative digital space to share resources and students' responses throughout the project.
Next, we will watch some of the CapCut videos made by the P4 students to showcase their values in action activities. They will show us three things: games they play with the elderly, planting activities, and interactions with the elderly. Let's watch their VIA journey.
These are some of our reflections. We learned to interact with the elderly. The challenge we faced was the elderly could not understand English, but we tried our best to translate for them.
We learn how to plant so when we grow up, we can help Singapore reach its 30-30 goal, which is for Singapore to produce 30% of its nutritional needs locally by 2030.
This project taught important lessons about teamwork, responsibility, and patience. Planting and caring for sweet potato leaves require everyone to work together and be committed to taking care of the plants each day. It was also a chance to learn how plants grow and understand the importance of healthy food for people in the community. Giving the seniors the vegetables showed care and kindness and promoted healthy eating.
In our P4 ALP, CCE, and ICT project, we learned to care for others. We are not just growing plants, we are also growing kindness and good values to become responsible and caring members of our community.
Thank you for listening to our presentation today. We hope you enjoy it and learn something new.
Have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.
Test.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. Okay, my name is Ada. All right, and yeah, today I'm here to share with you a little bit more about the Primary 4 VIAs, which was what they shared just now, right? Thank you, Primary 4, just now for sharing. I think it was really great, to see, and it's so nice that each of the class did your own video as well, right? I hope you all had fun during your interactions with the seniors. Okay, so on behalf of myself, my colleagues, SG Cares, we would like to thank Madam Lin because she gave us this opportunity to share with you guys about who we are, right, and what we do. Okay, so myself and my colleague over here, Chris, we are from the SG Cares Volunteer Center in Bukit Panjang. The primary fours, I hope you remember us. Okay, so it was a very great experience for us, right? We were the ones that worked with Madam Lin, and we linked her up with the different senior centers, and then had our primary fours also come down. And I hope our primary fours remember that we also had a pre-VIA sharing when we came to your school. The rest of you here might not recognize us, but it's okay. Today you will get to hear a bit more about what we do. All right, and I also know we have some parents joining us online. So, yeah, I hope that this sharing is informative for you as well. Okay? Yeah, so primary fours, you might find the information a bit familiar, but today I'm going to share with you about the volunteer center at Bukit Panjang and a little bit about our Bukit Panjang community. All right? So, we are all here. We are all part of a community, right? In Zhenghua, you all have your Zhenghua community, right? Where you are here for school, and then I heard the school song earlier. It was so cute, all right? Apart from your primary school, the whole Bukit Panjang town is also a community together with you, all right? And I'm sure that the students here, the primary fours, you all have also learned about the other people in the community, like the 4 senior care centers that y'all went to, okay, which was the active aging centers, the senior care center, and also the nursing home, okay? Then the next slide. So apart from your school and the senior care centers, we also have your businesses, like Fair Price, yes, MOE kindergarten as well, churches, temples, right? So these are all part of our community. And we all form this, you see all the lines? That's the network linking us together, right? It makes us one big community, okay? Right? And because of all these lines joining us together, whatever you do, makes an impact on somebody's lives. That means it affects that person. And whatever that person does, also affects you. All right? Okay, next. So, a little bit about me and my colleague, right? We are from the SG Cares Volunteer Center at Bukit Panjang. Very, 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 very long name, right? Yeah, very, very long name, but very simply, what is SG Cares? Okay, we are a national movement. National means the whole of Singapore, okay? And together, we want to build a more caring and inclusive home for everybody. What that means is we care for each other. You all know what is caring, right? And inclusive means it's a home for everybody, that everyone feels like, oh, this is my home, and not, oh, I don't belong here, but yes, I belong here in this home. Okay? Yeah, so you see our vision, caring, okay? And so for the volunteer center, we do 2 things, okay? We do 2 things. One is we listen to our community to understand who the people in need are. And in our Bukit Panjang community, these people are the children and youths. Actually, you guys are children as well, and youths, okay? Families, people with disability and special needs, seniors especially, all right? And also mental health, so caring for our mental health, all right? The second thing that we do is we find volunteers who want to help out in the community, and we give them the support that they need. So Who are volunteers? Can you all raise up your hand? Are you all not volunteers? The primary fours that went to the senior care centers, you all are volunteers. Okay? So we look for you guys, all right? And we come and share with you about the different seniors that are around, and we tell you how you can play with them, how you can interact with them. That is the support. Okay? All right. And so, just to share with you a little bit more, right, that there are needs in the community, okay? And the schools, you guys are already volunteering through VIAs. I'm sure some of the teachers also do volunteer here and there as well, right? So we all know that there are people in need and we need to volunteer. But then why does there need to be a volunteer center, right? Why do we need to be here? And that is because the needs on the ground is always changing, right? Somebody might need this today, but tomorrow they need something else. So it's always different. All right? Yeah. So that's why we are here to share with you about what are the needs, what's the new needs, and what might be the needs next time as well. Okay? So then, I'm sure a lot of people always have some misconceptions about, oh, what is volunteering? How can I volunteer? Actually, what are the people in need? Okay, and those are things that you may not know. It's not common information. So now I'm going to hand over the time to my colleague Chris, who's going to share a bit more about these misconceptions.
Okay, thank you, Ada. Are y'all still with me? Are y'all still awake? No? Oh, no. I see many eyes open and looking at me. That's great, okay? Can you open your ears and listen to me as well? No? Oh, no. But you have to, okay? Give me another 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Ada was talking about who can volunteer, or some might be thinking, oh, what do I have that I can volunteer? Some people think that I must have a skill. Some people think that maybe, it must be very, very long hours. I must spend the whole day volunteering outside. Or they might think that it's boring, it's meaningless. Why I go there for what? So boring, it's not fun. Volunteering is not fun. You know, especially when the seniors, for example, you know, they are not talking to you, they don't look happy when you are with them. These are some of the things that even your students, your schoolmates, you know, your P4s, your seniors and your peers told us, hey, I think it's not going to be fun. Teacher asked me to come, then I come, lor, it's okay, you know. But I think volunteering, you know, going out to the community can be very simple, right? As what your P4s have shared, you know, they learned that they could volunteer in the community by being a friend. Who knows how to be a friend? Raise your hand. Who has a friend? Do you have friends? Okay. Who is a friend to someone? Can you raise your hand? Are you a friend? You're a friend, right? So if you know how to be a friend to your friends, then you can be a friend to the seniors. All right? That's exactly what the P4s did, right? They went out, they play games, they sing songs, they dance, they played games, they talked to the seniors that they met. And who are these seniors? Some of them are home. They don't come out like you all. Why? Do you know why? Do you want to know why? Okay. Some of them, they are homebound. That means they are stuck at home. They cannot come out. Maybe they are on a wheelchair and they cannot come out of their house. Maybe they are sick. Okay, and it's very tiring for them to come out of their house. Some of them are staying for many, many years in the nursing home. It's not their home, it's a home that other people.
Madam Gavi, can you just turn up the volume, please? Thank you. What you just saw is
Maybe they are sick. Okay, and it's very tiring for them to come out of their house. Some of them are staying for many, many years in the nursing home. It's not their home, it's a home that other people like nurses cares for them and doctors look after them. Right? Also, some of them they stay alone. Who is still in contact with your grandparents? Who visit your grandparents? Right? My grandparents, they are very, 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 very old already and they have already passed on. Some of them, grandparents, they don't see their grandchildren like you all see your grandparents so often, right? And when all of you, any of you, go out there and be a friend to them, they're very happy, right? And it makes them happy in their heart. It makes them happy in their minds as well. They think happy things. And these are just some examples of what volunteering looks like for your primary 4 friends during their VIA. And do you know what? Primary 4s, especially those who you remember going out to talking to some of these seniors, they still talk about you guys. Okay? They still talk about what they had played with you. They're still very happy. They say, wow, I love the Zhenhua students. They're so bubbly. They were so happy. The games were so fun. You know, some of them are so chirpy. And they talk about you like a core memory. You know, they talk to you as if they remember you for life. And I want to tell you, and I want to remind you, many times we tell our volunteers, it is not, people might not remember exactly what you do or what you say, but they remember how you make them feel, right? You might not know, for example, what happened, you might not remember what happened over the weekend. They made you feel happy, but when we ask you, how was your weekend? It was great. I think I played, I don't know, but I felt good over the weekend, okay? So as the school holiday approaches, and that goes out to the parents online as well, the teachers as well, everyone over here, you know, we hope that all of you will continue to spread love and care for everybody in need. And how? We can approach any of these partners and services in our Bukit Panjang community or ourselves to find out more about volunteering with them in the holidays. The list of community partners is very long. So many. And all some of them are in all of them are in Bukit Panjang. Okay, some of them are in Jelapang, some of them are in Bangkit, some of them are in Pattaya. Maybe some of y'all don't live in Bukit Panjang. That's okay. Think about volunteering. Okay? Or if you might be thinking, I do volunteer. What do I do when I volunteer? Let me give you 2 examples, okay? Who loves music or arts? Who likes to paint? Who loves music? Who likes to sing songs and dance and perform? Very good. Many, many hands. All right. You can come together with each other or with your family to go down to the centers and dance and sing and paint and make music together, right? All right. This one I'll ask your teachers. Teachers, do you have students who loves to talk? Who are your chatterbox in the class? Who likes to talk? Wow, I can talk all day. But nobody want to talk to me. I want to talk. Very good. What you can do, you can go down and talk to the elderlies. All right, they love to hear all their stories. You can tell them everything. All right, and that way, just an hour a week. All right, you can make a friend and you can have chit chats about everything under the sun. All right, remember, all of us are unique. If you have any of this, you can volunteer. All right. And when we volunteer together, especially as a family, it is so awesome, right? It teaches us to care about other people. It helps us to feel of a bigger part of a bigger team. You know, when I work with my papa and mama, and we make something happen, we are a team. You know, it also shows us how to be responsible, right? Our actions, what we do matters. Last but not least, all right, it helps us to be appreciative, thankful for what we have. Whether is it just our time together as a family, time together with our friends, we learn to be thankful. And I know this appeals to parents as well. When you volunteer, you cannot use your phone, cannot keep using your phone, cannot keep watching the TV, cannot keep using your tablet. So good, right? You get a little bit of movement to your body, you know, you think and you look at other people, you appreciate what's around you. And lastly, it brings the family together. So in closing, right, other than enjoying yourselves during this school holiday or busying yourself with enrichment, tuition, work, I want to ask all of you, I want to ask all of you, thank you. I want to ask all of you to think about volunteering, whether it is you and a friend, or you and your siblings, or you and your parents. Okay? And you can consider some of these opportunities that we have in Bukit Panjang. Whether is it delivering a meal together to someone who is homebound, or going down to be a friend, that's a befriender, or just now, like you say, you love to paint. I want to teach someone how to draw and paint. That works as well. Okay? Think about it, parents. Think about it, teachers as well. Think about it. Okay? And go out there and spread love and care to the community. And with that, we're going to end with a fun, short video for you to watch and enjoy. Okay? There is sound to this video, so we need y'all to be quiet. Okay, with that, I want you to give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for listening in, and thank you for having us. want you to give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for listening in and thank you for having us.
Okay, so Zhenghua students, what they shared links to what I have been sharing with you.